Share new innovations with us.
Learn innovation. Enjoy knowledge. Know new trends.
สวัสดีค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ every สวัสดีนะคะ the listeners out there and the audience from our Facebook as well. Welcome to PSU Hadyaitu Global Business. My name is Ajahn Nana.
And I'm Ajahn Arno.
And I'm Ajahn Game.
And of course, we have special guest, Ajahn Game ค่ะ
Yay, welcome Ajahn Game ค่ะ
Thank you for having me here.
We are so happy to have you here, finally.
Long overdue.
Have you here for a long time already because I really love your your profile and experience and everything. Today definitely will gonna be a fruitful one because you're gonna share pretty much about something really close to us is the SME, the activities that contribute to our SME community. Naka. All right. Without further ado, let me actually share everybody about what's happening to our faculty first. Dimika?
Yes.
First thing first, I would like to just share something that always pleasant to hear. First, it's about the awards that we normally have every month. I'm telling you, every episode we always share about what we have for the award. Awardอะไรนะอะไรเงี้ย because our PSU staff and students always have a high recognition in all sort of dimension, all sort of industries, and one of them this time is a PSU Quality Award. In Thai they call อะไรนะโครงการเวทีคุณภาพของมหาวิทยาลัยสงขลานครินทร์ Wow. This quality award is at a stage that we presenting the project like a poster project ค่ะอาจารย์ and we won 2 awards.
Well done to our team. I mean the faculty's team.
ใช่ our faculty team ค่ะ we send the ผลงานนะคะ it's sorry I have to say in Thai แนวปฏิบัติการป้องกันการทุจริตของการสอบวัดความรู้ภาษาอังกฤษออนไลน์ของคณะวิทยาการจัดการค่ะ
Well done.
ค่ะ
Well done.
So and another one is about the ตลาดนัดของวัฒนธรรมวจก.ค่ะ This also is the greatest best practice. We got nominated and we won for this. This award pretty much like a quality award that looking at the quality assurance นะคะ trying to every project have aim ค่ะ to reduce the amount of time how they organize the event with specific limited time, improve the efficiency and how they operate and process with the limited time and budgeted and resources. So we pretty much achieve that. And we pretty much consider like one of the showcase of all, no? So these 2 events consider like best practice or one of the best practice of others too. Other faculty also have this nomination too. So congratulations for organizers, for those who lead in this project too,นะคะ. Yay!
I think we deserve it. We deserve it. Because we have been working on this for such a long period of time, and as you mentioned it, because it's the quality assurance, right? So it's great that we got this prize.
ใช่ค่ะ next thing that we have to recognize ค่ะ is อาจารย์ our อาจารย์นะ our faculty member อาจารย์ from marketing. Do you know who? He actually consider being certified by PSU TPSF นะคะ as a fellow teacher ค่ะ อาจารย์ลพัสวัฒน์สุขผลกุลนันท์ congratulations to อาจารย์ลพัสวัฒน์ He being certified as a fellow teacher นะคะ as the first level of Daru อาจารย์ not easy นะคะใช่ไหมคะอาจารย์
That's correct. It's not easy to get that.
Right. Because you have to collect all those portfolio that you're being, giving a great teaching experience, learning, providing a teaching technique and innovation, how he can actually convey the lessons to the student in an innovative way. And he has to have a strong portfolio in order to being certified in this position. So big congrats yay นะคะ many award เนาะ every month เนาะ we have somebody to win something like this and last but not least for the award first นะคะ last but not least our student also being selected to be a student speaker in the World Tourism Day 2021 wow student name นะคะขยานีนะคะน้องขยานีน้องตั้งอ๋อ from MICE Management Program นะคะ she being nominated and she is one of the country representative country representative of 8 other country as well besides Thailand we have America Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, and many others. So we one of them quite proud of our student ค่ะ not easy because they chose the student who have a knowledge นะคะ knowledge and English speaking skill as well. So very proud of her and I hope that next round can be other student as well นะคะ from our faculty definitely นะคะ so this is the to be recognized นะคะ those who being achieve the excellent in top level of the awardee or being recognized as in like a nominator in the country as well. And not just that, our faculty also organized numerous of training sessions for past month because of the new platform, like an online platform, allow us to easily conduct the training, online training session. ใช่ไหมคะ We also have this is just a quick updates to you guys. We also have like a short training for the executive. Now we call like a sorry, I have to actually telling you about the name in Thai นะ The short training จัดอบรมหลักสูตรระยะสั้นการเตรียมความพร้อมข้อมูลเพื่อการนำเสนอของผู้บริหารเพื่อเพิ่มประสิทธิภาพบุคลากรของกรมวิชาการเกษตรนะคะ So this one is a training for of course ผู้ประกอบการ for the industry's personnel and of course we all always organize this kind of academic service to our community นะคะ this sort of short training. Besides that, we also have other training as well, which is organized by Ajahn Arno. Ajahn Arno, share to us as well. What activity you have done for past 2 weeks, Ajahn Arno?
2 weeks ago, yes. So
Yes.
2 weeks ago, our faculty hired Reactor School, which is based in Singapore, to conduct entrepreneurship training with our 4th-year students. It's a 3-day intensive course from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Teaching and training the students, teaching them these new contemporary entrepreneurship techniques, specifically based on how to conduct business online via social media channels and so forth. And we were our students were very lucky to have them actually. As trainers, as this time we're living in pretty uncertain times, and specifically our 4th-year students are quite stressed out when it comes to graduation and what they're going to do after graduation. So we thought that we will get a company in, because Reactor is actually a startup company by themselves that is being run by very successful entrepreneurs. So we thought it would be good for our students to actually learn from these entrepreneurs and how to actually pick up these new capabilities and skills when it comes to entrepreneurship and actually starting a new venture. Now, I must say it was I was there for most of it, or the majority of the course, and it was intense, but the students really learned a lot. I received some really good feedback from it, and I'm just really happy that we were able to give our students the opportunity to do these type of trainings before they graduate in the next few months. So no, for me, myself, I'm quite proud that we were able to actually do this, yes, and actually give them that opportunity. And I'm very much looking forward to actually inviting them back and hopefully signing an MOU within the next few weeks, and so that they can actually conduct more sessions with not only our BBA students but the students from our other programs as well.
I also like to say that your students, Ajahn Arno, from the BBA program, the English program, always deliver such a quality of the project. Whatever we get the student to do, the student just take in, they can just, be able to actually do anything. And this platform from Reactor is pretty much like a simulation entrepreneurship, right?
Well, actually, it's more than a They actually were doing full-on marketing research during the training course. They
Yeah.
actually went out, sent out surveys. They were able to talk to potential target marketers, not only a simulation, it was actually real life. And they gave them the opportunity as well to actually follow through and continue with this, as some of our students were invited to Reactor School's demo day, which is going to be held within the next 2 weeks or so, to actually pitch their ideas to real venture capitalists, which I think is an amazing opportunity coming up for them in the next 2 weeks. 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I think.
So นี่นะคะ this is one of the example what FMS actually try to create a great platform for our students นี่ next thing that I like also to share that our TCAS นะ TCAS กำลังเปิดรับสมัคร This is just for the นักเรียนนักศึกษาผู้ปกครอง that listening to our radio now นะคะว่า you have to see this is a good example that what อาจารย์ Arno and other lecturers try to provide to the student not only in class activities that yeah traditional แบบปกตินะเราดึง partner agency partner หรือ university partner to actually deliver such a many great project and platform make the student pretty much work and practice like a real life anecdote, you know, make sure that student really experience the real thing. Although it's online, cannot stop us now, people. FMS still can do, you know, people, you know. So this is something that I want to call in ที่คลาสโครงการเปิดรับสมัครนักศึกษาใหม่พิจารณานะคะตอนนี้กำลังเปิดนะคะพิจารณานะคะว่า FMS Faculty of Management Science really gonna be one of the choice your choice นะคะ to consider if you want your children you want your relative นะคะก็คือพี่ป้าน้าอานะคะคนผู้ที่ฟังนะคะฟังไว้นะคะว่า FMS วจก.เราเนี่ยถึงแม้ว่าอยู่ในสถานการณ์นี้ we always นะคะ provide platform ให้กับนักศึกษานักเรียนนักศึกษานะคะในทุกรูปแบบไม่ว่าจะเป็นสถานการณ์ไหนเราพลิกได้หมดโอเคนะคะ reactor จากสิงคโปร์เลยนะคะทุกคนนี่ยกตัวอย่างให้นะคะว่าเราทำไปแล้วเมื่อ2 อาทิตย์ที่แล้วและนักศึกษาเนี่ยได้ความรู้เต็มเปี่ยมถึงแม้ว่าเราอยู่ในออนไลน์ก็ทำได้ค่ะ very effective นะ This is a great example of effective learning that BBA เป็นโปรแกรม1ของเรานะคะ that BBA ได้ serve ให้กับทุกคนตรงนี้นะคะฉะนั้นพิจารณาโครงการเปิดรับสมัครมาแล้วที่คลาส65มาแล้วนะคะเราจะเปิดโควต้ารับสมัครเนี่ยตั้ง386ที่นั่งสำหรับรอบที่1รอบที่2แล้วก็รอบที่2จะมี516ที่นั่งนะคะส่วนรอบที่3 138ที่นั่งฉะนั้นรีบนะคะ because เพราะว่าทั้งทั่วประเทศฟังเราอยู่ณตอนนี้เชื่อว่านักศึกษาควรที่จะพิจารณาท่านผู้ปกครองพิจารณาคณะเรานะคะแล้วก็ nonetheless นะคะ you can be sure that you can get the greatest knowledge and up your skill by studying with us at วิทยาการจัดการมหาวิทยาลัยสงขลานครินทร์ provide you with the top value degree in Thailand. Is it too much?
No, you're 100% correct in what you're saying right now. I mean, this is exactly what we are trying to provide for our students, right?
Yes.
And getting these companies from first world countries in to actually train them to help them actually see that actually they don't have to be that scared about their future because they can just start their own thing. And that's kind of what we're trying to cultivate. We're cultivating entrepreneurs, which is going to lead into our next session with Vigyan at the end. The third session of this program is trying to cultivate entrepreneurs, self-starters, people being able to take control of their own lives, professional lives, and eventually just creating a really positive outlook for their futures.
Yeah. So not only BBA ค่ะ we have many other programs as well so visit our website นะคะเดี๋ยวจะโชว์มาเว็บไซต์ตามแท็กไลน์ตรงนี้นะคะ alright so that's about the updates about our faculty อันนี้เป็นแค่แบบ one of the 10 of all นะ what we have done for past month นะคะ this is just the outstanding activity that we do
Been a busy month.
Has been for everyone.
So now let's move on to English session.
I'm going to university, but still don't know what program I should take.
I have completed my bachelor's already, but I'm interested in furthering my studies in management. Where should I go?
I want to continue with a doctorate in management. Which university will be the best for me?
At the Faculty of Management Sciences PSU, we produce graduates who are competitive in the job market. They can apply quality management and leadership skills and how to implement innovative technology into their careers. The faculty offers various undergraduate and postgraduate programs for you to choose from. Through innovative teaching and learning practices, with our many state-of-the-art learning facilities, our professional staff can carry out our vision to be the leading university in management. So, make your goals come true at the Faculty of Management Sciences, PSU.
วิทยาการจัดการคือมนต์คุณนามเรียกขานผู้
Vocabulary list.
How long will it take for?
Please, can you tell us which vocab you want to pointing to, you know?
This time it's so basic that everyone will be able to pick it up, right? It's like entrepreneur, venture, investor, networking, and outsourcing. I make sure that I don't make sure that I don't use words that are a little bit too complex or a little bit too difficult.
Please not surprise me นะ
Okay, don't worry. Networking, we give you networking. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to pretty much just go through 5 different words related to SMEs and entrepreneurship, and then I'll give the definition of each word, and then I'll ask one of you to deliver input on what this word means or how this phrase is related to, say, for example, entrepreneurship or small business management.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Or I'll ask you to give an example sentence of this
I'm
word.
just saying the example sentence that you provide here. Okay.
No problem. But this is you'll see. It'll be just discussions based again, pretty much.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Whenever you're ready, Arno, go for
Ready.
it.
All right. So welcome back, everyone, to the second part of our Hatyati Global Business Program. As per usual, we'll go through the English vocabulary and also phrases. This time it will be related to SMEs, small and medium enterprises, small business and entrepreneurship. 3 terms that is very much valued in the Thai economy. And I think it's important that our listeners know these terms in English. All right. So let's get started. Word that we'll be looking at is one that we pretty much use maybe 5 to 6 times a day. In this faculty, which is the word entrepreneur. Now, what is the definition of the word entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is an individual who creates a new business, bearing most of the risks and enjoying most of the rewards. Now, Pigam, when you hear the word entrepreneur, what is the first thing that comes to mind?
Just like you said. No,
just like I said.
No. Yeah, that's correct. I think we need to highlight the word that you just said, the bearing most of the risk and enjoying the most of the rewards, because the person who are decided to be an entrepreneur is the person who had already evaluated what happenings, and already see the opportunities in what is happening at that moment, even though there's some obstacles or problems or even the pandemic outbreaks like this. The entrepreneur be the person who see the opportunities, so actually doing something, creating values and creating rewards in return. So but rewards, what I'm saying here, it doesn't always mean money in return. It could be the benefits to societies, it could be a benefits to their teamwork, but somehow they have achieved something and get the rewards in return. And that is what I think about.
I think that is a perfect explanation of it. You couldn't have been more correct when it comes to that. It's exactly what it is. When I think about entrepreneurship, I think about creating value for key stakeholders, specifically those very close related to your business, which might be your employees, your community members, and so on. Create value for those around. So that reward is not necessarily only for you as an entrepreneur, but those around you. Yes. All right. Good.
Thank you very much, Arno.
Welcome back with me อาจารย์เกมครับ in Biz Talk. So actually previous program, we invite a lot of business person to share the experience to our audience, and we get a lot of knowledge and experience from those people. However, nowadays we have a team of coach who have a very high experience to develop the new SME in the southern part of Thailand, more than 5 years. And we think that this coach team, they're gonna have a very good and high knowledge, especially about in the practical world, to sharing the information with our audience too. So from now on, I would like to welcome all of our audience to the SME series that we're gonna invite the SME coach team who have a very high experience in developing a new SME in the south part of Thailand, more than 5 years, as I said. So they will come to share the knowledge and experience. Start with the head of the project today. Welcome, Ajahn Kem. So Ajahn Kem, could you please introduce yourself for a little bit?
Yes,
Yes, of course. Thank you very much for the invitation. I mean, this is the first time I'm doing something like this. I had an experience in radio's interview before, but it's not like this at all. It is fun, and I'm happy to be here. Like Ajahn Kem said, that I'm working and I'm the head of the team who doing the project to help training the entrepreneurs in southern part of Thailand, and we have been doing that for almost 5 years now. I would say I would call myself a practitioner academic because I kind of, you know, working in academic world, but also have a practitioner's experience in the real world and get to deal with the entrepreneurs. So I would call myself that, so practitioner academic. Yeah, and I'm happy to be here to share some of my thoughts, because I think I'm in between both worlds. Because some people say that, okay, academic, it's all about text, it's all about knowledge, it's all about theories, but actually these both worlds are fitting, you know, practitioners world and also the academic world. They are somehow need to work together more.
It's the reason why there's so many academic content out there when it comes to SMEs and entrepreneurship. Yeah?
Right. So come to the next question, that what is the importance of SME to the national economic system?
Right. For Thailand, especially, we are the country where everyone nearly can become an SME, you know. I mean, including micro enterprises here. SME in Thailand is very important. They contribute a lot into the GDP of the country as well. I can say that back in 2018, SMEs contribute 36% to the GDP of the country. But of course, that because of the pandemic and things, so it's decreasing at the moment because of the limitations, you know, for operating the business. But still, we marked up nearly half of the GDP. And from the government, they predicted that the SME should contribute up to 50% by the end of 2021. But I think because of the pandemic, it may be slightly lower. But of course, after the pandemic outbreaks, I think the SME can somehow contribute to mark up to 50% of the GDP. And most importantly, you will notice that in Thailand, people can easily decide to starting their own business, right? And you know what? It's nearly 99% of the people who are actually involving themselves at least once in their lifetime doing business in Thailand. So that is how much it had an importance on us as a country and to the economies of the country.
Right, so we can say that without the SME in Thailand, our economic system will be collapsed.
Yeah, it's gonna freeze.
Right.
I think it has somewhat freezed when it comes to certain sectors, right? Specifically tourism. Yeah, think about big tourist destinations such as Phuket, Krabi, Samui, and so on. I mean, places are dead, right? Like whole businesses pretty much went bust, went bankrupt because of the over reliance on tourism. So now I can only imagine that the SMEs, specifically those in the tourism sector, were the ones mostly hit by it. Yes.
and it's not just us in Thailand, in United States.
All over the place, yeah.
All over the place, everywhere. We most likely depending on a lot of SMEs.
But certain countries are more reliant on tourism than others, yeah. And tourism is very much one of the main, if not the main, sector in Thailand that's contributing to the GDP.
Yeah. So from those importance of SME toward the economic system, I think that the surviving of SME is very, very impact to every nations. So in general, what are the key success factor of SME based on your experience, ครับอาจารย์แก้ม that you run a very big project throughout the southern part of Thailand?
It is a tricky questions to be answered because I think it's dependent on how you're looking at it. But from the practitioner academics, as I say to myself is as a practitioner academic, I would say that the most important thing is about the business owner. Is the owner of the enterprise. So I would say the entrepreneur. But the words entrepreneur, if you talk in further, it's actually not just a manager. It's actually not just a person who owns a business. An entrepreneur is all about mindset, It's all about how they believe, what action they're going to make, what, how they recognize opportunity. It's more than a person owning a business.
100%.
So that is very important that SME has to have the entrepreneurial mindset. Otherwise, they're going to die out. There are many people today that they are failed. They have to close the business because they do not know how to adapt to the change.
And it's also because they copy already existing businesses, not just in one sector, but in 4 or 5 different sectors, and maybe 10 businesses of the same kind is being established, and maybe one of them survive, right?
Yeah,
because it's all about this mimicking model or copying model without these people these individuals properly being educated on how to start and run a business.
Yeah, that's right. There's no mimic, business model. It's impossible.
Right. And based on your information, we know that most of SME are already affected by so many business environment, so they need to flexible and adapt themselves to respond with those kinds of changes. However, for the COVID-19 pandemic, I think that it's quite special because it's unexpected situation that normally most of SME or business person never expected about this situation. So from your work, can you identify how are SME affected by the COVID-19 pandemic?
How they got the impact, right? How it was affected. Okay, I think it hits a lot of the SME in Thailand, especially because, as I said, as Arno said, that most of the SME here in Thailand, they just copying the business idea from one to another, and it doesn't create any values, and they do not have any strong or strength, business strength to really overcome or to really challenge, what is happening today. So that's why it's causing a lot of them to fail in doing business, especially with this disrupted, I would say, situation that's happening to them. So it of course it affected them a lot, and with that I would suggest that the impact that has on them, they actually have to, if they have entrepreneurial mindset, I said, they will learn from it. For those SME, they will have to learn from it. They can't just reject. They cannot just close their eyes, close their ear, and stay at home and wait for the outbreaks to end. It's impossible. If they want to survive, they need to open their eyes, listen more. You're seeking for more opportunities, or for help or networking. That you just mentioned the word before in the presentation. You need to think on that.
It's almost like whenever a new business is started, it's like they started and they hope and pray it's going to work out without actually putting in the necessary effort. I want to see a statistic. Of how much money has been lost in new SMEs. When you start, I want to see that statistic, because Hat Yai alone, right? Punagat Road. How many new businesses get open on Punagat Road on literally a monthly basis? And I'm thinking, what's going on here? You pay 30,000 baht a month for rent. You sign a lease for a year, and you last for only 2 months or 3 months. Where's the sense in that? There's something that I've always been intrigued by. I never understood.
And I think that and look at the other side of the impact or the effect that it has on SME. Some of the SMEs does realize, that right, because I have been doing it wrong way. It was just lucky, that I can survive through those normal time when there's no pandemic. But now there's pandemic, nobody is really expected. Nobody is going to know what's going to happen tomorrow or in the next 10, not even 10 years, a year ahead of us, what is going to happen. Nobody's knows, But if they have that entrepreneurial mindset or at least have that self-efficacy that they can overcome it or be more resilient, of what they're doing, I think somehow they will overcome this, but they have to really, put up, do everything with all their guts to be able to go through this and very seeing how the successful people will do. If you listen to a lot of interviews today, many of big businesses, enterprises who are, well known in the country or who are successful, we consider as successful. If you ask them, what do you think about pandemic? They will say this is opportunity.
Exactly.
See it as opportunity. So if you see it as an obstacle, you are wrong. You are going to the wrong direction, I would say.
Yeah. And that comes down to education. I think it comes down to educating them correctly, right? Because many are also, like, if I can just give my 2 cents, one last thing. See, a lot of the people that start businesses, they didn't even study business. So they'll go study at the Faculty of Science or Engineering and so on. They don't know anything about starting a business. They never actually studied business. But right after they graduate, they start a business without actually going through the proper education, and like actually training themselves to really know what they're doing. And this just costs so much money being lost in doing that.
And sometimes because the business student, they know how to calculate the risk of investment. So when they know the risk, they're gonna be the risk avoidance people. However, on the other hand, from the science students, they don't know how to calculate the risk, and they have no idea about the risk. So they invest, they can take risk.
I'm glad it's not only me saying it like that.
that is good point that you said, both of you. But I mean, if you come to the right mentor, as our faculty, I think you will see that it's, as I said, being an entrepreneur is not about management. It's more than that. So I think you need to come to get a network with the right mindset. So then you will be able to deliver the business that you want.
So Ajahn, beyond the effort of entrepreneurs themselves and beyond the entrepreneurial mindset as you recommended, so in the shortcut, do you have any suggestion for SME to adapt themselves in the current situation in a short time period?
Okay. For the quick shot, for those SME who are struggling with what's happening today, I think what they can do at the moment is to stop and think. They have to scan back at their business, the SWOT, the weaknesses, opportunity, and threat. They need to start to think about what is their strength. The strength in this term, it doesn't mean that what are they just good at, but what are they better than the other? What are their key value? And they have to concentrate and presenting that. And what is the weakness that they have to improve? They need to know themselves, because many people, as you said, especially in Thailand, we trying to copy and we thought that we know it, but we're not. Come back and really talking to ourselves and consider, what are we really good at? What are the value that we have that's different? Because customer, when they choose the value of it. They're not just buying products. You must have something to give to them. Otherwise, it will not fix. And I say this is just a quick fix, okay? You need to come back and train yourself. And of course, you need to find a good connections or network, as we all often talk and mention here, because this good network will bring you to the right direction. If you don't know about something, doesn't mean that it's not exist. It doesn't mean that you cannot learn it, you cannot know it. It seems to be difficult at first, but you know, it's like a learning process. So you have to go and find it. And I mean, actually, there are many of the I would say the support from the governors and also from the universities or even our faculty that we can provide to you, but you just need to seek for it. Okay, so don't stop. Don't just sit at home crying and feel bad for yourself. It doesn't.
Or don't just start something without actually planning for it, please.
Yeah, having a plan, it's better having nothing. Okay, it's better. Okay, if sometimes it doesn't go as planned, but it's better to having nothing, because at least you know what is your next step. Okay, what is the following one? Okay, if your plan is failed, at least you learned and you have that solid plan that you can go back and at least know where to starting asking yourself question. Okay, where did I went wrong, and then you can start again. But if with no plan, it's like a blank page. It's like kids painting, you know, with who knows going to turn out. So,
yes. Okay. So for our SME audience today, I'm pretty sure that you have a lot of information to go back and to improve your business. However, finally, I would like to ask Ajahn Kem to encourage our SME to get through this crisis a little bit.
Yeah, I want to share them out. I for those SME คนที่ฟังอยู่นะคะ all SME that are listening to this radio station. I just want to share out. I mean, this you should take this as a lesson learned. You shouldn't take it as a failure. You know, what is that thing about our society is we always go back to failure, and we just, you know, stamp the failure, and we will think, oh, I cannot do anything. You know,
hold on to it. Yeah.
Just hold on to that, and you should learn from it instead of, you know, hold on to it, thinking about it. It's just depressing you. It's no good.
Definitely.
But if you go back, learn about that lessons and improve from it, I think that's really helpful. So take this as an opportunity to learn, and then, you know, come back, be stronger, and I'm sure everybody can overcome. You know, many people are struggling about it, not just you alone. So if you don't know where to go, you can come to our faculty. You know, we know how to help you.
This does not only apply to business, but to life as well.
Yeah. Live and learn. Live and learn. So those songs gonna come to my mind. Live and learn. Okay. So thank you very much, Ajahn Kem, for sharing a very super information about the SME and give the direction to our SME audience to adapt themselves and to survive through this situation. We know that it is quite tough situation, but however, if you have enough effort, try to change your entrepreneurial mindset to be more open and take this opportunity to learn from the situation to find your strengths over the competitors. So we're quite sure that you can pass through this situation.
Can I just ask on something?
Yes.
There's a new term now. It's called anti-fragility. So it's like, yeah, so it's not like it's not just resilience. Resilience happened when there's something bad happened and you learn and you adapted to it. But anti-fragility is more like you stay strong and you just like bring it on, you know, whatever bad come, I can overcome this. You need to think like that. You need to believe like that, because there's so many things that can happen today, and, you know, no one can tell. So you should act like that, you know, not just preparing for, not just learn from what difficult, but prepare for it. That is important.
Thank you very much, Ajahn Kem. Thank you.
Pleasure. Happy. It's fun, actually. I like it.
Okay, so everyone, our audience, this is the SME series that we're gonna invite the SME coach from FMS or the Faculty of Management Science who have the experience to develop the SME throughout the southern part of Thailand more than 5 years. They can share their practical information together with the academic idea. What Ajahn Kem call academic practitioner, right?
A practitioner academic.
Practitioner academy. So in the next program, we're gonna invite other coach to you. So please stay tuned. Who gonna share the very super information and help you to pass through this situation with me, Ajahn Game, and in the Biz Talk with the หาดใหญ่ to Global Business Program สวัสดีครับ
All right. Thank you very much, Ajahn Gameนะคะ. Really appreciate your contribution, your thought, the insights, whatever you try to encourage and motivate all of us, Ajahn Game. You actually motivated all of us here to move on with our life, not only with business, but your sharp word, it's pretty much hit on me as well. And you are so modest calling yourself as academic practitioner or practitioner academic, because whatever in my head, I have your name as SME Guru. That's what I actually have that in my head, you know, all the time.
That's a very accurate comparison. Yeah.
I think, can we just rename you like as SME Guru? Just don't have to be modest about it. Take it for the next SME series as well. I believe you have more guru coming in, right, Ajahn Game?
Yes,
so
you are.
we're just gonna label you as that then. All right then. So appreciate that,นะคะ. So everyone, ทุกท่านค่ะ, thank you very much for listening and follow our program หาดใหญ่ to Global Business with me, Ajahn Nana.
Me, Ajahn Arno.
And me, Ajahn Game.
And Ajahn
อาจารย์แก้ม
Yes, so we all ฝากอาจารย์แก้มไว้ในอ้อมอกของทุกคนนะคะ We would like to signing off for now. We wish you guys have benefits from this episode. For sure you have one. And please stay tuned for SME series in our next episode ค่ะ Thank you all. Stay safe. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ